We'll do it live.
First live of 2023.
Yes, sir.
Gonna get at it. How's it
How's
going?
it going?
Lots of people in there, late for their own party.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I remember I was late for my sweet 16.
Yeah,
I was late for that, but
Shoot.
I was out partying, doing
Yeah.
some early partying, driving around in my Camaro, my bitch
Ooh.
Camaro. Yep,
Yeah,
I remember that.
nice.
So, how do you feel?
Tired actually. I just feel tired.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Today it hit me especially hard just being tired after all the schedule is just like interrupted.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We were backwards. My whole family was backwards on sleep schedule and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was weird because it's like
backwards.
Oh,
Bam.
there you go.
There
Everyone was talking about, first day back. And I was like, wait a minute, I worked last week. It's not my first day back. Like,
right.
I was like, wait a minute. But you probably feel even more tired because you're getting old.
Yep.
Today's your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It was funny. I was sitting around and I don't know why it is. And I've lost it again.
Harry Chrysler.
But seriously, like do you have something that you lose like every week and every time you go to look for it, it's never there? It drives me. Your tools.
Yeah. I've opened so many of them now and never find them.
This stupid thing.
Oh, fear. Yeah.
You know what's funny too? I have Velcro on it and it Velcros to my overhead and it drives me crazy because 90% of the time I never put it back. And it's the same color as my pit mat. So like I can never
It's just there and you can't see it.
Oh,
it's like
I literally
camouflage.
Before I logged in, I was like looking for it for like 10 minutes and then I realized it was underneath the GoPro mounts that I was working on.
Ooh. Adam Tedman says he just got 18 inches of snow.
Wow.
That'll make you tired right there. No joke.
Where is that?
No joke. I'm guessing out west. Maybe Canada.
Yeah.
They always get 18 inches of snow up there. At least that's how I see it in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, Minnesota Saturn 5 says Minnesota here and another snowstorm.
Dang, we're supposed to, I think, get more snow coming up here. We have a warm spell. We had a really warm couple days here.
Yeah.
We might be breaking records even, but yeah. It was rainy. That was the only bummer today. So I didn't get out in RC at all. I picked up an RC.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't RC.
Nice.
So I got something I've been wanting.
We'll touch back on the warmth in a little bit. Like, I guess, why don't we try this? Why don't we tell people what we plan on talking about? And then and then we'll talk about it. So on the show notes today, I have, it's your birthday. What do you always forget because you're old? What's new for us? Trail fails, pulling, racing, and giveaway stuff.
Okay.
And I'll talk about the warmth issue on my trail fail. So later down the road, it was not pleasant. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't pleasant. So it's a little tough, but people are saying good evening. Northern AZ just dumped 10 inches from Sunday night to today. Wow.
Northern AZ? Dang.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Joey Lubin says, new here. How you guys doing? Love the Mariners hat. Thank you. He's a Seattle guy.
Hippie bath day. I like it.
Hippie bath day.
You're gonna typo. Might as well do that.
Yeah.
I think that was intentionally typoed.
Yeah, for the rain. So, What's new? What'd you pick up?
What's new? Oh, I got. Well, it's new. I
Let me guess something small.
I got something small in here.
Shocking, Tony.
And I haven't actually opened it yet. I just came home with it. There went the box, but
oh yeah, sweet.
Kind of crunched a little, but
it's all good.
I got the white one.
Nice.
And I'm curious if it came with stickers, and it does have the USA 1 decals.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
So yeah, I've been wanting that, and I've been waiting for Jeff to get him in.
Yeah.
And he finally got them in. So I ran there on my birthday to do that.
Black Market said they're water slides.
Ooh. What are water slides? Oh,
those stickers.
Yes, I'm not doing any of those stickers actually. But I was just curious if it came with them. I will sell them to somebody that wants them.
Yeah. Ooh.
I got this. Now it's a little.
Is that your caboodle? Is that for your makeup for your show?
It's called Creative Options, and I think that they show like storing beads in it.
Ah.
But for my SMT10, I stored all my stuff in something like this, but it was a like $100 flambeau, or I didn't pay that much for it. I didn't realize how much the cases cost at the time. I bought it off my buddy Josh Sanford, completely full and organized of SMT10 parts. I won't say the price because it was too good.
Yeah.
But what I liked about this one when we were at Sam's Club, so if you're looking for something for your mini RCs, is that these are actually bigger openings than a lot of them. They're a lot wider. So I can store like tires and stuff in them, and they're tall too. So they're not like short like the fishing one, a lot of the fishing ones.
Yeah, yeah.
So in this, you do have a short one up top. You could put screws or drive shafts or whatever in here. But anyway, it was $25.
Nice.
That's all I paid for it. And it's got, if you wanted, you could carry your radio or something up in the top here. It's pretty deep. You can probably put a car. You can definitely put some cars in it.
That's what she said.
So you could put two. No, you couldn't. You could put one car in a radio.
Nice.
So
nice.
I don't plan to put a car up there.
Yeah. You're like, that's where my sandwich goes.
Yeah. In here. I'm probably going to put another bin that'll actually have screws and stuff in it, like smaller ones.
Yeah.
In here. Toolkit, all that kind of stuff. So I can just pick it up and go.
Right. That's cool.
But yeah. I mean, I'll sticker it up to make it look less bead carrying. So maybe I'll leave it looking like this so people won't feel it.
Yeah. I'm debating on what to do because we're going to eventually get to the point. I mean, I don't know. I have a cheaper rolling toolbox kind of thing, like one of those Stanley ones. It's not a stack away, but it's something smaller. And I got it because when I was doing a lot of art teaching at the school, I'd throw all the paints at the bottom and put paintbrushes in the divided one and all that kind of stuff. And just art supplies would be like my rolling art kit. And I don't do that as much anymore. So I was like, maybe I'll make that into my pit kit. But the problem is the stickers. Like I have plenty of stickers, but I don't think I have enough to like make it that cool. And I don't know that it's tough enough to take around with me that, whatever it's called.
The plastic?
Yeah, but it's nice. It's a Stanley brand one. I mean, it's good. It's just I worry that it's not tough enough for what I need it to be. And I don't really want to carry that much stuff to the track. You know what I mean? Like if I could just get away with carrying just my little box.
Is it a lunchbox one?
No.
Like it's small.
It's like 24 inches, 30 inches tall. And it's got like a toolbox on top and then like a middle box and then like a big box down below.
Oh, do they pull out or no?
They come apart. It's kind of like a stack away. It's it's just not as nice as like my work ones are like legit. Like I could throw them wherever I want and then it won't open and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So your cat's like
close-ups of the cat eye.
I know, right? He's like, hey, what's in there?
He's gonna turn the camera in a second when he starts doing the like face thing on the arm of it here. It's gonna start rocking. But so that's it. And then I got the Prusa came in the mail today. So
another one.
Present.
Nice. So, speaking of 3D printing, I came in second on a 3D printing comp. Yeah, I don't think I never showed you that what I was working on.
The sleigh I saw, I saw you working on that.
I didn't. Yeah. Yep.
You didn't show us like everybody. You showed me.
Oh, yeah. I should have grabbed it. It's upstairs in a cabinet, but on display.
So what was the contest?
It was you know, I don't know if they titled it Christmas or holiday printing contest, but it was just creating something of the season, right? Yep. And so with the filament, and first place won 5 rolls, second place won 4 rolls, third place.
And this is the place that you sent me the rolls that you like?
Yeah.
The filament?
Yep. I was actually going to talk to them after tonight. So there's the logistic things now because I'm doing Instagram different. Maybe we'll touch on that in a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
so I'm gonna see about reaching out to them and see if they can send me an extra roll that I can give away here, or maybe I'll just give away one of the rolls they send me. But that way you guys can try it because I'm a huge fan of it. Like all my bodies are printed with this material. I've been exclusive.
Is it only the gray that you like, or? So I know that certain colors end up turning out, they work different.
Yeah, well, so typically in 3D printing, lighter colors have better adhesion than darker colors do because the melting point is less. I don't know. I mean, that could be a myth. I seem to think that they flow out a little bit better also. But for some reason, that space gray is like, that color is awesome. And it prints really well. If I really want to do a really nice print, it prints really well. That's pretty cool. Does it
have the flex in it too, like a little bit of sparkle in it?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, just a little bit. Yep. But they have all different
glitter, so it'll look really good if you get one of these teal cases.
Yeah, it'll go
3D printing stuff in.
It'll go right along with it. Yeah.
With your glitter prints.
Yep. Now they have like white and blue and yellow, green, but they're like Lego colors. You know what I mean? They're not like a nice hue of anything. So I think I'm going to ask for 4 rolls of the space gray and 1 roll of white. Black is cool, but it's like black or space gray. I'll use space gray. And if I do anything, I'll just paint it. If I do anything that I need to paint with, but we'll see. But yeah, it'd be cool if I could give away a roll or 2 on the show. I've been using it exclusively for at least a year now.
What's the brand again?
VO3D.
VO3D.
Yeah, so the website's vo3d.us.
Okay.
I
have some of it sitting right over here.
Can I add that to there? I don't know. I'll add it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a
so the cat doesn't step on it. Otherwise, I would add it.
Okay, so what do I do? Just type it in www.vo3d.us. So it's awesome stuff. It's so basically what it is. It's a high impact PLA, is what they call it. And I've used it on all my 3D bodies that I've printed, and seems pretty strong. I mean, I've broken some. I mean, it's not indestructible, but it's done really well. So, Iowa Budget RC Bashers. Hey Tony, when are the servo on axle kits? Oh, just jumped for the Senjegs truck gonna ship. Excited to get mine. You're like, I just got a new printer, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up on prints and print new stuff.
Yeah,
or more different stuff other than those. But yeah, everything shipped today. So I opened it up I kept opening up the pre-order to more and more. I'm like, well, I can get this. I'll have this many screws on order, and then it would hit like the 50 pre-order limit. And I'm like, well, crap. I got to order more screws. And so then the screws said they were going to come in like a day later, but still before January 3rd, which is when they had to ship. Well, shipping was closed all weekend till today. Right. So I realized I had a little bit of extra time. So I opened up the shipping and counted how many I thought I could actually make.
Yeah.
Finished making by that time. So there were over 100 ordered.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. So my printer has been going, and that's why I got a new printer. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Need to have more. You know, it'll dry up because it's all the people that are just getting them and looking for upgrades and everything. But still, in the future, if one of the printers goes down or whatever, I want to have one that's, ready to go or can print. So, yeah. So I ordered up a second one, which actually came today. I ordered it like the 30th from Czech Republic.
Wow.
And it said like 3 to 4 week lead time on it because they, they're the built ones.
Yeah.
And it was like next day it shipped. And I was like, holy cow.
Wow, that's fast.
And arrived on the 3rd. It was like 3 to 4 day shipping.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. Speaking of shipping.
Yeah, everything shipped. So if you ordered one, if you didn't order it today, it shipped. Even stuff that ordered late last night, I packaged this morning before we went out.
Nice. So. Do you know who Mark Rober is?
No.
Seriously? Your kids don't watch that? Mark Rober, he's the guy that did the glitter bomb.
Oh, I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
where people pick up the stuff. He does all the cool science things. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got my daughter the Crunch Labs thing, and
I just saw he came out with those. I see the ads for it all the time.
Yeah. So ours just showed up today, and she's like super geeked about it. So she's all like, she was the one. She's not so much into it anymore. I asked her if she wanted to do another build with me. She's like, yeah, sure. But like, she's the one that really got the ball rolling on this stuff, because on the RC stuff, because she was like all into building the RC cars, less about driving them, more into building them. So I was like, all right, let's build. And I think she's the one that really got me into it. But
nice.
So now she's getting into like engineering stuff, and we got her a Raspberry Pi. Now I have to learn how to do more programming. And she's like, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? I'm like, we got to learn this together. Like, I don't know the answers to this. So it'll be cool. VMB Speed said, whose birthday? That would be Tony. He looks a lot older than I am.
Yeah. So. The glasses don't help, right? Jeff saying he's got a fever and it's been diverticulitis or something severe.
Oof.
Again, so sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. It's a tough bout.
You need a monster truck from Brass Ring Fab. They're pretty awesome.
Epic. Yeah.
They're pretty epic.
Tristan,
my budget's not going to be the same this year as it has been in past years. At least it doesn't seem like it at the start here. We'll see what the year does.
We're gonna have to get you welding so you can make your own Brass Ring Fab.
Yeah, there's a lot of measuring. I'm not one that loves that.
Tristan Farley RC says, what company would you recommend to buy metal axles from for SMT10? It's a good question, because I've been thinking about that. You're like, just buy an LMT.
Yeah. LMTs are awesome. What did Sean say?
I didn't see what's
going on, Jeff. 2 weeks for a partial coming from California. I was talking about waiting on stuff. Yeah.
C-Dub says, I saw the King weld.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get it out again. I'll have more time, but less money. So I got to get a little bit more creative.
Sure.
So
I'll have to send you. I get good deals on tubing, or not tubing from Scale Metal Supplies, but steel solid rod, 3/16 of scale stuff. Whenever I buy steel, I'm like, just fill up what the line item is for that. And because I buy steel by, thousands of pounds or whatever, they're like, well, to fill up the line, it's going to take, it's like $40 to fill up the line, but that means it's like 15 sticks of 20-foot long 3/16 rod. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So
bro.
Yeah. VB Speed says, yep, just put LMT axles on it and save you some time. So I've been thinking about this.
Oh, sorry. Opinion on Integy LMT metal axles real quick. I would just say that they're probably very much the same as the stock ones, but metal. These companies have it down pretty much, and a lot of them are just, at this point, rebranding other ones that people have already said are good. So,
yep. I've been looking at those Amazon ones. They have some cheap Amazon ones that are like $20 an axle.
An aluminum set.
Well, for one axle, I think it is. Excuse me.
So I've even do that.
I know, right?
Must be the worst aluminum you've ever used. But it's stronger than plastic. So.
Yeah, I thought about doing that because that was my wonder what I was going to do for my black market build. I'm like, what axles? I mean, I have axles and I have beef tubes in them. So I don't really think I have to do anything else. I just don't like how the C-hub screw wears out, and then you get that slop in there. So I'm like, eh. What kind of TIG welder do I use? I use a CK Worldwide Pro TIG 220, I think is what it's called. I don't know, something like that. I'll look it up. It's a great welder. It's a great machine. They're based out of Auburn, Washington, but they sell worldwide. They are a great company. Like, you can call and talk to people, which is awesome. So let me see what the name of this TIG is. It's a AC/DC TIG, so it's an inverter TIG. I just heard a big beep. I don't know what that was.
That was me coming back in after I opened my computer back up so I can see the comments down here. Or click on them if we need to.
Gotcha.
You were going to go a different direction too. I remember where we were talking about something before I jumped to the axle thing. So just be thinking about that as you're thinking about your TIG welder. Maybe somebody in the comments remembers where you're going. I didn't let you talk very much though, so I don't think you even got your start on. Man, I wish I brought a different chair over. This one's gonna. I could hardly get up after the last show. Again,
yeah. Speaking of getting old,
it's like
Let's see. Why can't? Oh, TIG machine. Here we go.
All right, so we talking about SMT10 stuff too.
MT200 AC/DC TIG from CK Worldwide is the machine I use. It's awesome.
AC/DC is awesome too.
So. AC/DC is awesome. Yeah.
There you go.
What was I talking about? I don't remember. Thanks a lot, Tony.
Let's talk about your trail run because I want to know about the fail. Is it time?
Yeah, we can go on to that. So, okay, so the trail fail. This was frustrating.
You haven't talked about new stuff yet either. I talked about new stuff and you didn't get to. Choose. It's a choose your own destiny.
I don't really have. I don't think I have anything new. I got some pinions. Sweet. So, but no, I don't think yeah. Well, anyways, moving on to trail fails. So trail fails. So I have had one trail fail so far in the last year. And what that was, we were hiking and we started bumping up against daylight. And this was last year. And we were probably half an hour from summiting. And I had the whole family with me, and I was on an unfamiliar trail, and it was already a 7-mile hike. And I was like, we should turn around. So I was kind of bummed about that. So I'm definitely going back to summit that one. It's got a lake at the top. But this one.
Now, do you wear like a GPS watch or do anything on your phone to get yourself back?
Well, I mean, they're on a trail, so I follow the trail back. But
okay. But they don't have like leads that go off the trails? Or is it like colors each way?
Sometimes, but most of the time, the trails that I am on, there's only been a couple times where I've been up to a trail and been like, "Ooh, which way do I go?" And normally that's when I have to rock scramble to get over something, or if there's been like a slide or something like that, and you could tell it's a new trail. But I have. So I was actually going to make a video about this at some point. I've got a big list of ideas for videos, and one of them was doing trail recon, like how I go about doing my trail recon. I use All Trails, and I interact with those people, but it let me down this time in a big way, and I was kind of bummed. So we drove an hour and a half to a trail in the mountains. I was all jazzed because last hike I did in the snow, it was like epically beautiful, right? And the weather was like 50-50 rain, 50-50 snow, 50-50 sunny. It was like kind of had everything in it. So I was like, okay, let's go and catch some. We were going to go to a waterfall that was frozen out in the Snoqualmie Pass area called Franklin Falls. We get out there and we get out there late, and it was probably parking half a mile away from what I had thought the trailhead was. So I circle and circle, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, like favor, we get this parking spot right next to the opening of where everyone's walking in on the trail, right? So I'm like, swoop, park, we get in. I have my backpack. I'm carrying the Enduro SE on my back. My son's driving his Halo truck, and I elected not to bring my trekking poles, but I had a heavy pack with all our stuff in it. And, we were set up for rain and all that kind of stuff. So we start hiking in, and it turns out we're on a road that's been plowed that has about this much snow and ice compact, but it warmed up enough that it started to turn into slush. And so we're hiking in, and it turns out that we had a 2-mile hike just to get to the trailhead on this like cat track, basically, where my poor kid, he's only almost 4 feet tall, and the snowdrift was about 3 feet tall. So he was staring at snow the entire way. And we're like walking in, and then I get to the trailhead, and I'm like, okay, so it's a 2-mile round from the trailhead. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's see how it is. But at the trailhead, they stopped plowing, and it's warm. So when there's warm and the snowpack is deep, you fall in. And so we're hiking in, and we're probably a quarter of a mile in, and it starts to get to the point where you can see where people fell, and it went 2.5 feet down to the trail where they fell in. And we're walking, and I'm starting to sink in. My son's not having too bad of an issue because, he's all of 60 pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're walking in, and then it just starts raining, and it's like wet, and I'm just like, this sucks. And so we turn around. We didn't even get to the top. The weather sucked. We start hiking back, and he starts getting tired. He was a trooper about the whole thing, but he was like getting cranky kind of a thing. And so, yeah. And I couldn't fault him for that. And then the sun starts to go down, and we're in the trees. And I should have sent you the picture before this, but it was like, I think I posted it on Instagram. It was black. It was dark by the time we got to the truck, and it was like snow and rain mix, and we were just soaking wet. And, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, it was a long day for nothing. So I treated them. We have I don't know if you know what Krispy Kreme is out there.
Yep.
So I drove them by.
Like Krispy Kreme.
Oh, I'm just saying.
We were right across the street from one when we were in Chesapeake.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So we're driving home, and there's a Krispy Kreme, a big one. And I was like, you know what? Let's go get some hot donuts. So we drive up, and of course it's New Year's Eve, and they're like, yeah, we're understaffed. We only have these donuts left, no hot ones. And I'm like, dang it. So we didn't even get good donuts, but it was all right. It was fun. So, it's one of those things where it's like, it was a long day. So our hike turned into a 5.2 mile hike to nowhere, and like in snow on nothing exciting to see. I mean, we had some cool things to look at. Was it
cold or no? If it's 30, raining, snowing, it's in what, 30s, upper 30s?
Yeah, lower 30. It was like 33, 32. Okay. So, I mean, when you're hiking, that's not cold. You're you're hot. So, and we had gear on, so it was hot in our gear. But I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like, that's how I started my 120 miles. So it's like, well,
I saw the post about the mile update.
Yeah. So
I didn't know the story.
5.2 out of 120. Here you go. And I grossly underestimated this challenge not challenge, but this.
How many 120 miles is?
No. So one of our resolutions we said as a household is we're not going to eat past 8:00 every night. Right. And if we drink anything, it has to be water or milk for the kids. And so we're like, I immediately regretted that decision when I got down here, and I was like, all I can drink is water. I was like, great. So now I'm going to have to pre-funk.
That's a whole year resolution thing, or is it a January thing, or?
I'm just
seeing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not anything. It's more trying to get the kids and the family to sleep at a decent time more than it is like a dietary thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I need to do something like that. I could not sleep last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was on the phone with Dirk Seiko 13 garage to like 3:30 or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was crazy. So I was waiting for one thing. I was waiting for Prince to end on here, so I could do a swap out. So in the morning, I'd have enough to finish all the orders that I had to get to. But yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah,
you should try it. It's it's kind of one of those things that my uncle, we went and visited him this last weekend, and he's a pastor, and he's like, well, that's one step closer to fasting. When I was like, well, I guess so. Like, I've never done that before. And I was like, eh. And this morning I weighed myself because I haven't weighed myself in a long time. So I was like, you know what? There's a lot of things happening. Let's just get a baseline to where I'm at. And I was like, I know I lost weight when I got sick. Like I lost a few, 10, 11 pounds or whatever. But I was like, I was at 250 and I was like, that's not light for me, but I'm normally like 265, 270. And I was like, 250. So I'm like, well, let's see what happens with this new diet thing. It's not even a diet, but just not new schedule of eating.
Your body likes it better though. It's not stuff that's not getting processed when you're sleeping.
Yep, and then all the hiking and stuff. So let's talk about your pulling. It looked awesome.
Pulling was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So weight definitely helps.
Yeah.
And the having something at give weight by moving the attachment definitely helps, which we know that we've already talked about. We'll have to limit when we do start putting attachment points on how high that attachment point can be, because the higher it is, the more it's going to pull down on your truck and give you more traction. So we got to find some leveling playing field.
So how are you guys? I saw the video and it looked like you guys were using like a S clip or S hook or whatever. So when we tractor pulled in our TTC, basically a stainless steel, like essentially a welding rod, was made into a V shape, and then it had two hooks on it.
Yep.
And that just went around our rear axle, so you could spread it open or go, for whatever truck it was, for the shock distance. And then we just all pulled from there, and it was just however the mounting point was on the sled. How are you guys doing that?
Well, that's what we were trying to figure out. So he's got it set up to hook to your axle. That little thing, one hook will hook right over an STX10 axle or STX24 axle, easy. Just clip on, and it doesn't really pull it crazy. It,
centers it. Yeah,
it centers pretty well. But I guess if we lifted the height on the sled, but that would just pull it down, the front of the sled down. Right.
Well, if
your axle is so low, those STX 24 axles are so low.
Well, if you could take a measurement from the sled to the center point of the axle, and then what I would do is I would probably put that point just half the distance between the axle height and the sled. Does that make sense? And then that way you're pulling and it's lifting the front of the sled slightly to meet level with the axle. Because if you have it the other way, where the high point's on the sled, you're going to dig the sled in.
Yeah, which is even with it as low as it is right now, the sled's digging in on those STX24 axles. Okay. So we started mounting up on the bumpers, and it went way better.
Sure.
Night and day.
Yeah. So maybe you can print some kind of proprietary receiver hitch.
Yeah.
That'll.
Well, I was thinking I tried a bumper. Because we were hooking onto bumpers, I said a bumper with a hole in it to hook onto. But I'm thinking now of doing something that goes up between the rails. So you'd probably have to take your back end off, slide this up the rails, and then would attach it maybe at the battery spot or something. Or where your bumper goes in, it would tab in. So it would you put long screws in to hold it there.
Sure.
But would come down and out, and it would have different holes in it, like a flat plate.
Okay.
So kind of like they do for the 10 scale.
Yeah.
But using the inner rails with a chunky piece, because you're going to have something so it doesn't want to pull down.
Right.
And we can't just do like frame rails on the side only with these like they do with the 10 scale. It's not a big enough gap.
Sure.
And if it's 3D printed, it's going to just break off.
Right.
If it's done back there. So I was thinking somehow to get the force to be up in that more in the middle and come out and have a spot where we could do like 3 different height adjustments for it, because some people are going to have taller trucks, and so they have to make whatever our highest minimum is, would have to drop the hook. So
I got an idea for you, but I'll spit it to you offline. That way no one takes this secret sauce idea.
But yeah, I mean, well, part of it was making like a new riser for the body, the shock post, and using that whole area there. And it would also create the shock hoop and then go back and drop. But we'll see.
Yeah, let me see my son's, because he doesn't have 4 steer. Oh yeah, I got an idea for you. All day, Tony.
But
you ready? Like you better get that 3D printer fired up. I'm about to design you some money here, buddy. Happy birthday.
There we go. Happy birthday. We're all that are going to do
it. Yeah. I'm actually busting out my sketch pad on my iPad right now just for you. So that's cool. Did you blow up a motor yet? I'm waiting.
No. And I was running a micro Komodo. I bet if I put a bigger one in, it'll have even more power. But a lot of it is just getting the traction, So I think I need more weight. But we kind of came up with some limits, probably like 800 grams for our like outlaw, like the go crazy, go nuts people, and like 600 for the one that's going to be a little bit more limited on.
Yeah, that guy with the Ford. That was metal pretty body. Cool. Yeah, that's a heavy truck, man.
Yeah.
Does that thing? I mean,
but his 2.2 was really high. I don't know if you saw when the sled was pulling, it's lifting that front end up pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want you to talk trash, but does that thing crawl very well because it's so heavy?
I didn't see him crawl.
I wouldn't think. Yeah, I wouldn't think it would. Okay. Yeah, my son did we built his and we put the die-cast son of a digger body on it, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like it was so top heavy. It was not good. But he liked the way it looked. He really wanted me to do it. And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, kid.
Yeah. And people keep suggesting trailer hitches. Trailer hitches on these are too small. It would be too flimsy. It's got to be a massive back. Like the back piece has to be pretty thick. And there's got to be some structure to it. Because when you're tugging on that thing, especially if it's 3D printed, it's going to need some stability built in more than a little receiver hitch and all that. So
I got you, Tony.
But yeah,
I got you. I'm sketching as we talk, buddy. Like,
but Bob, we're definitely gonna have different classes with weight limits, tire limits, motor limits. The lower class will probably also be limited to 2S, where the upper class will probably be a 3S. So yeah, what's in the box? I just was showing the box of one of the presents. I could be opening while we're talking. That's a new word we're gonna develop this year, 2023.
Talking your face off.
Got this from Reaction today. Oh, the white looks really good. It's gonna blow out like crazy on here, but
it's pretty blown out. All the blown out you can handle. I like it. Oh, that's sick, dude.
I'm thinking about making this some kind of a CCXRC themed truck and then just beating the crap out of it.
So what's the story on those? So I've heard people say that they're not that fast out of the box, but then you put a speed motor in it, and I'm like, what's the
speed motor? They're like $8.
Okay, so I need to know this and what that means, because this guy needs a speed motor now. Something
C3070 high speed motor. It's a 130 size.
So is that like the Barrage size motor?
No, it's bigger. It's thick. It's like the Traxxas size.
Oh.
Have you seen the FMS ones in the FCX24s?
Mm-mm.
Well, let me see if it's Traxxas size. Should be about the Traxxas size. They're big. And you get extra speed because of these portals.
I thought the portals would gear it down.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same size. It's not as long as the Traxxas one. No, these portals are faster than SCX24s.
So Jeff is saying the big block motor. It's interesting because I was going to message him about that, the Mofo big block motor. I was going to message him about that because I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so my kid, for Christmas, my parents bought him the Mofo RC monster truck tires for this truck.
Yes.
And I'm lazy. I'm going to be blatantly honest. I'm lazy. I want to put a motor in here that's fast enough to give him some pop, but slow enough that I can just switch the tires and he can crawl. so I'm like, and I already have the Lizard in here. Yeah, I have the Lizard in here. So I'm trying to figure out.
These are 2 speeds too, these transmissions in here.
Right.
But yeah, so there's a couple things that are working for this having speed.
Sure.
These tires actually feel pretty cool.
I have your Goliath in here, and it's awesome as a crawler. It's just not enough fast for the monster truck tires, I don't think. You know what I mean? I haven't tried it yet.
Has anybody tried the speed motor in here? I have not. I would be curious to see, because they don't give any specs on it. I'd be curious to see if it would be faster. It may not be enough still. But
B. Kochner is saying, I want the BAM motor. Is that the Emerald motor? Who's the BAM motor?
That's Mofo.
Oh, is it Mofo?
It's got a brushless motor, BAM. It's kind of a fast motor outrunner.
Yeah.
These, I don't know if I mentioned it on our live, but these servos fit in here awesome with that.
Oh, with that DSM
off road. What a simple thing for $10, man. So nice.
Sweet.
And the material that he used is really good. I don't know how he's having them made. If he's just doing it in a whatever the new 3D printing is with the resin and all that, or what. But they're not getting a ton of. I mean, the chance of breaking something like that mount is not great. Which is something that I have a question about.
Yeah.
These. So I had somebody message me, and wanting, because he's going to be doing a review on YouTube about the new Jegs and not new Jegs, but the Jegs monster trucks and the Sen ones, but the Jegs in particular. But he wanted the files for these because he doesn't want PLA to be used in high impact areas or whatever, or high stress areas. But this is not at any point of that real torque of that thing. This shouldn't be getting very much, unless you have like a stick come over the front of your axle or something, like hit it straight on and knock it back.
Yeah.
But that torque would be in a world of hurt anyway, whether you're doing metal or anything.
Right. The torsion on that twisting is being soaked up by the body of the servo.
Right.
So you're not going to have, I mean, you might have a little flex, but everything's going to have flex up there.
Right. And these are pretty thick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, I would say if you're concerned about that, if you are concerned about that, maybe look at doing that PLA that you already have, the VO3D stuff.
The high strength stuff, high impact.
Because that stuff is super strong.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, you do your bodies and stuff out of the PLA.
Oh, I mean,
I wouldn't want to put maybe knuckles or things like that are going to, certain things where you definitely are putting a lot of strain on them.
And unless you have a super high dollar printer, even if you print them in ABS, you're not going to get dividends of benefit from printing them out of a different material. Like, I don't know of a different material that you could do that's like going to be amazing. I mean, mostly, and I know you did already because we talked about it, but mostly your strength in that part is going to come from your infill and the way it's printed.
Yeah.
I think people don't, and I don't mean this to whoever's asking that, but I got to plug in my iPad.
Well, I know like there's certain things like heat and different things that can be an issue if you leave them in cars and different things with plastic melt and all that. But yeah. I'm not planning to do ABS or anything like that for anything I'm doing.
No, I don't think you need to. I think you're fine. Why is this not charging? Why is this
a bunch of comments in here?
Oh, sorry, I haven't been taking
Cycle 13 came in. What's up, Jeremy Smith? Thank you. Happy New Year. We need to have a call soon, buddy. So it says do the buzzsaw. The buzzsaws are pretty quick.
Oh, for my application?
Yeah, but it's not super fast. It's quick.
Well, that's the thing. I don't
gear them up, but then you burn them out faster.
I don't need anything to be super fast. I just want something to be cheap and easy. Like he doesn't drive his a whole lot. I mean, he does. If it was kind of quick, he would drive it a heck of a lot more. I'll tell you that. But
yeah, a lot of people are saying the BAM motor, which is going to be a little more expensive, but not too bad.
What are we talking about? A little more expensive? Like I can look it up.
I think they're in the 30 range.
That's not too bad. The good thing is I already have the ESC for it, so that's a good thing. Why are none of these cords working to charge my iPad, Tony?
So what?
Frustrating.
Dude, that just happened to me.
Coffee.
I tried to charge my iPad the other day with one of my light charger cables. It's for my it might have came with this actually, which is for charging my microphones in.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
Here. But,
that's what I'm trying to do right now, and none of these cords are working. My nice cord's upstairs, of course.
Yeah, these little cases are awesome. If you run the Rode microphones, and normally you have to plug each one in to charge them, and it stinks. This one, you can charge them all in one case, and it's a battery pack. So right now they're charging, not plugging in anything. But when I plug it back in, it'll charge up all of them and the case. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this in here.
RC for all.
Metal
I'm trying to tell RC for all. Thank you on behalf of Tony that probably can't see it for his $9.99 birthday coffee.
Oh, thank you, man. You gotta hit up Big B. I've actually never had coffee there yet.
So we're gonna get Pablo to come to finals this year. Jeremy Smith, he said we're gonna get Pablo to come to finals this year. I'd be all over that.
That'd be fun.
Heck yeah. I'm telling you, that's what we got to do. We got to start a little production company where we just go out and shoot all these events from all these different angles. Oh, that's something that's something I can segue to that you suggested that I hope everyone goes and watches. That live RC race.
Oh yeah, really good.
Dude.
Really well
super awesome.
Yeah.
So I started to watch it and I was like, I started to watch it at the shop and I was like, I better stop and watch this with the kid because it was like
entertaining. He's getting into racing, he'd love it.
Yeah, and it was entertaining and everything. So I was like, yeah, buddy. Like it was really good. And then I went
55. I was way off.
Whoa. Way off. See, that's the thing that I was worried about is that getting a motor like that, then I feel like I have to go down the rabbit hole of changing out the tranny stuff. And right now, I think I'm pretty sure he just has the stock tranny in it.
Does that come with the mounts and everything for it at $55?
Yeah, see, I could see it going down a rabbit hole with that. But I'm not only just wanting it to go fast, I want him to be able to crawl with it still. Or at least
just saying most of the brushless motors on them by themselves are like 35 or 25 bucks for the motor.
Sure.
But if you're getting a transmission or mounts or some other stuff pinion with it.
Right. It adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it says yes, it does come with the mounts. Got it. That's why I was off. Yep.
Nice. I still have to.
Thanks again, Chris.
I still have to order my CV joints, my axles. I was going to order the Mofo ones and try those out, because I keep on breaking these other ones. So I got to get those ordered up. It's funny. So now I totally understand your plight when it comes to posting a lot of 24 scale footage, because it takes off on YouTube. Unlike any of my other footage, it's like all my 24 scale stuff is like at 1,000 or whatever for views versus, and the long form stuff, not just the short stuff.
So I'm going to address some of it. Like, I'm actually looking to sell quite a bunch of my bigger ones. People are going to think, what, you're crazy. Not my monster trucks. So caveat, but some of my bashers and stuff, mainly my 110 scale crawlers, which is really going to be, people are like, what?
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to work on my first podcast for the year.
Ooh.
And I have a couple actually that I'm going to be working on. And actually the second one idea came from RC Driver.
Nice.
One of them came from RC Driver. I'm going to mix them up, and that way you don't know which one came from him. But yeah, so I've got some that have to deal with, of course, going to monster trucks and all that, and then kind of the whole upgrades, doing the whole upgrade, the idea of upgrade series, and going back into that like you talked about. And
are you doing this on podcast, like on YouTube form podcast though?
No, just audio.
Okay. But that's the new thing in 2023. Everyone's saying YouTube podcast.
Yeah. It just it makes it so much slower to make.
Yeah.
Than to just sit down and do the audio thing, because if you feel like you're being watched or you're whatever, like
you have to put pants
Joe Rogan, on, whatever. I could just sit down and be in my skivvies and just go for it, Anyway, so but one of the ideas was that basically like mini RC crawling is the new model train. Prove me wrong.
Louder with Crowder style. You're gonna
right. Yeah, I love that guy's stuff. I think he's just like balls out, like in people's face.
Yeah.
Totally Louder with Crowder style. But that's we can hash that a little here. But I really feel like the 24 scale crawling fanatics are the model train people.
It's the dollhouse
of 1970s and 80s.
Yeah.
Right? That would build up the courses in their basements or in their attics or in a spare bedroom. And they deck it all out with trains. And make mountains and hills and tunnels and add shrubbery and all of that.
Yeah.
But that's now, like, I keep seeing people like showing me their like new basement courses, and I'm like, dang, like, so I was thinking too, because I'm looking for a spot to do one in here for just quick video stuff and like bigger space, and I keep kicking the kids out of spots of the house. Like, I was like, that Lego room you've got over there, how about we move you out here and I'll take over that, and I'll use that for a crawler course, because then I can shut the cat out. That's the problem. Like, that's a legit thing, is if I want to use.
My dog comes down here and we have,
right?
Yeah. Well, my dog comes down here while I'm recording or doing something, and we have laminate flooring, and it's like, tick, 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 and I'm like, get out. And we have a throw rug or whatever. I'm like, get on the carpet, go to your bed. Like, it's just like all loud and stuff. Yeah. The animals are always a thing.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that too.
Not even while I'm running, but like pooping. Like, because there's a spot I could do one down in here.
Yeah, that's why I don't do cats.
But the cat would just be like, dirt. One, making a mess of it. Two, like pooping in it or peeing in it.
Yeah.
I have to be able to shut the door. And so I'm like, hey, your Lego room would be perfect for me to steal. But, I don't know. But
I went to
like, it is the new model train, because then I'm thinking, well, what happens if I have to flash sale this house for whatever reason? Somebody's going to come in and be like, what in the world? Like, why are there pegboards on this beadboard? Like, there's beadboard wall all through down here, and I've now got like pegboards all up on it, and like
that's what my
desk.
That's what my wife says about the backyard, because everyone says, oh, your backyard is so epic and blah, 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 all this kind of stuff about my backyard, right? Because it's like I've got a full-on racetrack, and not a full-on racetrack, but I mean, it's a racetrack, a crawler course, a Monster Jam course, like all of the above in the course back there. And my wife's like, if we ever sell this house, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm just going to move all the rocks into a trailer, and it's all flat and graded already for the racetrack. I'm just going to level it all out and be like, do what you want, whatever you want. I mean, pour some gravel, plant some grass. Yeah. Well, and so we went to my uncle's place. They just moved over. I'm bummed because they moved back he was a pastor at another church in Eastern Washington. And that's that place I used to go to and get all the sick footage of like the basalt rocks and the mini like bush trees. It looked really scale. It was awesome footage there. They moved out towards Mount Rainier, and it's gorgeous out there. But his house, I was like, they had this bonus room downstairs that was just a big room. And he's like, yeah, this is going to be your aunt's like craft room. And it was like so big that it was like, you could put an island in the middle and still have a bench going all the way around. And I'm like, I would love to have a space like that just so I could like studio it out and have my workbench, all that kind of stuff. Oh, to be able to have space like that where I could close the door and be able to just talk loud. Like right now, you can't see, but the entry to this room down here where the TV is and all that, they've got the stairs that comes down. So if I start projecting, like after we're done here, I'm going to record some voiceovers for some stuff I've been doing. And I feel like I have to talk all quiet because everyone's in bed and I can't like project my voice as much. And I don't have a door. So
I was talking to Dirk the other night. He's like, dude, you sound like really quiet or you're like really tired. I'm like, well, I'm upstairs now and everybody's asleep, so I have to talk a lot quieter than I normally talk when I'm on these videos. Because you feel like you have to yell at the phone, like, come on.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Well, and what you need to do, you need to put some heat on your sidewalk over there so you can make it so you can get back to your studio.
Yeah, it's upstairs and it's a pain.
It's a nice space, though.
It's a good space.
Suck it up, Tony.
I just took it all back up there when it melted. So I had to carry all my lighting equipment back up from Turkey. So I had like cases of camera gear to take back up and reset the whole studio up. I used the stuff up there.
Well, let's talk real quick about what you might be moving or selling wise, because there's something that you have that I'm interested in.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say what it is, so I'm going to wait to see if you're going to sell it or not.
All right. Well, let's see they were saying something about the crawler course thing and the house stuff. So they're saying they've got model kit people as well. I was both. Brian Koshner says, well, I'm just saying that it's the new model train. Like, people still buy model trains, but when I go to the hobby shop, there's huge model train areas. But I mean, I feel like a lot of people are buying that stuff now to use on their scale courses when I'm there. So there's still definitely, and the people that are doing model trains, a lot of them have a lot of money to throw at it. So there's a little bit of a difference there. But it's like them when they were younger and got into model training. I feel like us now are going to be doing these little mini truck things that are going to be even more developed and going crazier as we get older. But we're going to have a lot more money and space to throw at it potentially, or not a care in the world about it because the kids are out and whatever. See you, Jeremy. But yeah, there's a bunch of people in here. C-Dub said she saw $13 million model train located in Germany today.
That's crazy.
It, no crawling involved that I saw though. Yeah, they're still doing the model trains, but this is a new segment where houses are being dedicated to people building basement courses and garage courses and all that.
Let's start a company, Tony, where it's a like a TLC channel. Well, it's like while you're out, and we'll just go in and make the people their scale crawler courses and be out.
The husband's gonna be crying and the wife's gonna be yelling at him. You did this while we were gone. You had to come in and build this.
Oh, dude, that'd be so
rad.
The value, This is the baby's room.
HOA is going to throw a fit when they find out the backyard looks like this.
Oh, man, that would be awesome.
Aaron James is wondering, off-topic question, trying to calculate the final drive ratio for a monster truck. Does tire diameter get included in the equation or no?
Are we talking 24 scale or?
I'm guessing, I don't know.
But generally, tire diameter in a 10 scale monster truck is not
as far as drive line before you put wheels on. I'm sure it changes when you put them on, but they're giving you a base of what the truck does before tires, right?
No, so your gear ratio is your gear ratio. Your drive rate.
Final drive ratio.
Your drive ratio would be calculated with your wheels and tires.
Yeah, it would be wheels.
But yeah, a Pro C would be exact. What does Aaron Jones say? 110. Oh, a Pro C. So he's asking about a Pro C chassis. So that's 10 scale. Yeah. So final drive would calculate, but dude, that's getting super technical.
Crawler course fixer upper.
Yeah. I'll be Chip.
I love it.
You can be Joe.
Hey.
That's yes.
Yeah. So if it's final drive ratio, it would include the tire diameter.
Yeah. And I'm not around monster truck racing enough, but even in like 10 scale turf racing and stuff, I don't think they do final like drive ratio very often.
Bob Price says that RC Sparks had a really cool indoor 24 scale course. He did at the time, but people have gone way.
Oh yeah. Now. Yeah.
Because he was like a couple boards.
Just a table.
Yeah. Well, no, dirt, he like a 4x8 sheet with dirt, but I like that he used dirt and he used real rock.
That's
a game
nice.
Changer. Yeah.
It is. And it's funny. So we have an old classic car in our garage. It's my stepdad's. And the joke is I'm like, when that car gets out of there, I'm going to make myself a sick little course inside. But it's kind of like, I don't know, man. Like my backyard course was there at the perfect time. I built it just before 2020 hit, and we got a lot of use out of it by that, through that whole 2020 debacle stuff. And it was great. And now it's like, we're out doing hikes, we're out, we're out.
Your winter doesn't get as bad as here.
It's wet though.
Yeah.
It's wet. And but we go indoor for racing now.
Yeah.
So it's like we're getting our fix. So
and we've got indoor places here. For me, it'd be more for making videos.
Mm-hmm.
Got a new McLaren 6600 kV 550 can. They give a final drive ratio range. Yeah.
McLaren is based out of here, out of Redmond, I thought. They're local. My iPad.
I don't know all that stuff. That's not my bread and butter.
McLaren is, from what I've known, is mainly like buggies, and drag stuff. But
race stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of racing,
but you were saying selling. But go ahead. Speaking of.
Oh yeah, no, I want to hear your selling. If you're ready yet.
Selling.
If you're not ready,
don't picked anything exactly yet, but I'm gonna be getting rid of crawlers for sure, because I don't use them the 1/10 that much. So,
you better be keeping your
Ecto. My Vanquish and my Ecto.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
those are my two ones I mainly use.
Yeah. Didn't you have a Unimog or something like that too?
Well, I made one of those Jeep, the crazy front Jeep things. It was an SCX10 original, so I still have that. Okay. That Jeremy actually Smith helped me put together. We tore it back down and put it up, and then I bought a whole bunch of eBay stuff to get the body all set up easy. But no, I'll probably be getting rid of some of my on-road stuff that I have. I'll probably keep the felony, get rid of the other one, the car one, the felony. No, keep the infraction and get rid of the felony. And then, I've got 2 of the smaller 3S infractions. One of them that was a mega that was converted to brushless, and then probably gonna get rid of some of my 3S vehicles, Vortex, and probably gonna get rid of the Italian EXP. Well, I may keep the Italian EXP and make it more like a Creighton because I like the Creighton a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just put bigger tires on it and all that, and run that so it'll flip and do more tricks than it currently does.
Sure.
And because it is an EXP, but so I'll probably sell my Creighton. I'll probably keep the 4S Outcast, but I'll probably sell like my Mad Van and I got 2. I got the brush one and the brushless one. So a lot of those kind of things. I'm probably gonna sell my semi truck. And I've got another trailer for that. I got that Happy Toys trailer.
Oh, so right.
A lot of that big stuff I'm probably going to get rid of to make more room in the studio because right now there's like no space.
Yeah.
I've got the buggies, the 2-wheel drive buggies. I'll probably sell one.
I wish my situation was different on that because I totally would have taken one off your hands, but I kind of can't.
Yeah.
There's what about
what's the one you're thinking of? I'm not selling the Raminator. That's for sure.
No, not that one. I'm kind of got an itch for that Mojave.
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting your Mojave. I know. I've been wanting one of those for a while, and I'm like, the only thing I'm torn on it because I really want a UDR because I like the scaleness of it, and the Mojave is not as scale,
right?
But it's pretty rad.
Drives so good.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Drives amazing.
And
I need to fix the center diff in that though.
Well, I know a guy that can fix the center diff.
Huh?
I know a guy that can fix diffs.
Yeah. One of them. It was literally after I said I had no problems with that car.
You're
like the sand and it's like
crunching.
Like,
yeah.
No power. Like,
yeah.
Dang it. That's not true. When I got it, the center diff was not right. And I shoved a whole bunch of I basically locked it up with.
Yeah.
The cat somehow got into one of those bins right there and just came out of it.
Oh, I thought it was taking a dump behind. I thought I saw it taking a dump behind you.
He probably found the one that has feather pieces in it from the crafting stuff.
Bob Price says, "What is the Raminator?"
The Raminator is 80 pounds of awesome.
Yeah.
With a gas engine, and it's like the Raminator monster truck shape. It's like a Dodge Ram.
It's like fifth
scale. Yeah.
It's like 5th scale Cialis, basically, is what it is.
It's huge. Yeah. It's something. It's the biggest RC that I've ever seen in person. Other than the Gravedigger looks even bigger because the body makes it look even more impressive.
Pretty sick. Pretty sick.
I wish I was getting one of those. Yeah, the Primal truck. Yep. So I have that, and I have the Bari build. I'll never get rid of that. For a low price tag. There's always a price.
There's always a price. You say that. I say that because I was like, with my Frankenwagon truck, I got offered a pretty good chunk for that at one point.
Which one?
The Frankenwagon. The first crazy one that I built.
Did you get rid of it?
No, but I had a guy offer me like 1,200 on the spot.
Yeah, and then you sold it later, right? But you didn't get 1,200, and you're wishing you did.
No, I didn't sell
it.
I rebuilt it. I was going to sell the body, and then the body ended up, it wasn't going to sell. And so I was like, I'll rebuild it. So I rebuilt it. And, it's same with like the Lazarus truck. I've had people be like, what's your number? And it's like, I don't really have one right now. Because it sucks, because like I don't know what else I would build that would be that cool. Same with the Frankenwagon. You know,
because like you're really not that creative. You just got lucky on that one.
So. I did get lucky on that.
He's letting us know here. He comes across as this creative professional that works in the design world with metals and stuff, but he's really got nothing. He's tapped out at this point.
Yeah. I actually
what little he has left. I know where you're at, man. I just turned what age?
Yeah.
And
no, I mean this one, I literally was like, I looked up Fiverr and I was like, I need an idea for an RC car, and I paid $5, and they're like, here's your idea, and I built it. So I was like, yeah, I'm out of ideas.
No, I'm gonna lean hot and heavy into the minis. So I liked this space. This is little like hallway that I have. Here, my hallway space with my printers, and that's now my photo box. I finally have a space to put that.
Nice.
I've had that, and I could take good product photos, and instead I just like throw them on the little work mat, and take a picture with my phone.
Banana for scale.
Yeah, whatever. Like just get it online. I can just post it from my phone from here if I just.
Yep.
So I finally did that 24-25. Box photos and all that.
Oh, right.
I pulled that out, and now I want to leave it out. I'll be more likely to use it if it's out.
So I designed that backer, and I still haven't printed it, and I keep on kicking myself because I need a nice backer so I could take pictures of the stuff that I'm working on, or the video that I'm working on now. I have a lot of how-to stuff coming.
Yeah.
And
there you go, Bob Rice. Got how-to videos coming, build videos.
Oh yeah, lots of build. So real quick, I'll run some ideas by you because you're a good person for ideas. Where'd it go?
That's why I got these glasses that look like idea glasses.
So one of the ideas I was going to comment on, and this is perfect for what we're talking about: smaller size, same fun? ? And I was going to bring out a mini crawler with me on one of these hikes with a 10 scale crawler and see if I could find the same fun stuff.
It wouldn't be fun for that.
I think I could find some cool places that I could run on.
You can find fun stuff, but you can't hike with it. Like you're not going to get to the, you're not going to mount the,
one of them,
I'm wrong, however I say it, so I'm just going to stop.
One of them, I'm going to do a how-to full bearing kit swap. Did you do that already on the Bronco, or were you just
I haven't done the axles yet because I figure I'm going to go in the snow with them.
Okay, so I'm going to do a full bearing kit. Yeah, I'm going to do a full bearing kit video on that with your bearings.
You need Traxxas TRX 4M bearings for one of the cheapest spots you can get in the U.S.
Yep, ccxrc.com.
Yep.
What's another one? Best beginner RC car for bashing. I'm gonna go with the Arma Granite.
Okay,
that's my favorite.
3S.
Yep. And I don't bash very much, but that's a lot of fun. King of the Desert Racers, Losi Baja, and that's like the Baja Ray. Baja Ray trophy truck build, budget RC crawler, gatekeeper review. How to make an RC race video with a GoPro. That's another one I'm thinking about. How to make a race video with an iPhone. And then I'm going to do race features when I'm out there. But here's for, I don't remember who was asking about the how-to videos. I have a lot. So these are all filmed. I just have to edit them. So I have Frankenwagon tire change, Frankenwagon wire. It's a rat's nest underneath, and I cleaned up all the wiring. Steering link video for this truck, your CCXRC steering link. Halo Christmas. So I still have all that video to edit. Your Michigan Ice Monster, which I still haven't mailed out yet. I have that video. December Die Hard race, which I'm going to a January Die Hard race this weekend. Weld Wednesdays. This one's what's coming out tomorrow. I did a bend and braze bumper for SMS or for Scale Metal Supplies. Franklin Falls Trail Fail.
About his series that he's going to be working on, or is that still under wraps?
Oh, a good way to let the cat out of the bag, Tony.
What? I'm just okay. I didn't say anything.
No,
that's good right there. That's good kind of buzz.
Yeah, no,
we
we actually talked a little bit about something like that because I'm working on a Weld Wednesday thing where I'm going to try to do some posts on Wednesdays.
Well, we're not going to talk about it anymore. That he got whatever bump he needs.
Yeah, there you
supplies, go. Get your NAR bars.
Oh yeah, he was happy about that. He's like, what are you guys doing? All of a sudden, I got some people are started buying those NAR bars. I was like, dude, it's because like they're awesome. I had guys ask me about them on my shorts. He's like, what are you using? So they work. I still haven't re-ripped that body apart. It's still held together since I put that NAR bar on it. So
I thought there was going to be one when I landed, and it took enough of the brunt to keep it from like just fully bending over.
Yeah.
And breaking it. It didn't even do any damage to it. So I was lucky.
Yep. Tony's part of the reason why I got into monster trucks. That's something I think we need to do more. So I think you need to do more monster truck stuff. I miss your monster truck content, and you're making me jealous drinking a pop on air because I'm thirsty. I can't drink that right now.
I'd make you more jealous if I told you what it really was.
What a jerk.
But so Ghost, just there's gonna be more. I've got more monster truck stuff coming still that I've shot and not edited, like you're talking about. People don't realize how hard it is, especially those big event things, to go through all of that. And then on top of like, I was going on trips, but then I come back, and so I haven't done any YouTube, and it's like I just got to do whatever I can that's quick.
Yeah.
Going through all that footage is not quick.
No, it's not.
So, I just posted the one from the freaking Monster Jam drivers racing monster trucks, and I just now posted it almost 9 months later.
Yep.
But
there's a guy.
I wanted to do it right, and if I was going to do it right, I needed to have the time, and I just never had the time this year until I was in Turkey. I edited most of it.
Yeah. There is a guy that I've watched. I don't remember his name. It's like the channel name is the name of the guy, and he's a videographer. He does like a lot of hiking stuff and like epic hiking trips and mountain climbing stuff. And he had a really interesting video, and I'm going to try to find what the name of it was. Oh, it's Jevon Dovey. Do you follow him? He's pretty good. He does a lot of cinematic stuff. He had a video that was like 9 things he learned from the last year of doing YouTube. It's one of those, list. I hate it when the YouTube like guru people call it listicle. I hate that word. It sounds so dumb. But
I've never heard that.
They all say, listicle.
You watch weird YouTube channels.
I do. I'm trying to grow, Tony. I'm trying to grow.
Listicles?
Yeah. But so he was listing out all these things that he learned, and he was talking about how it's way less stress if you don't put any stress on yourself and you just say, I'm going to create a good video and it's going to come out when it comes out, but try to get one out a week, and a bunch of other people say, try to get out, 3 a week, try to get out X amount a week, do shorts, all that kind of stuff. He's like, just have fun doing what you're doing. And if you have fun doing what you're doing, more will come. But if it's only one a week, then it's only one a week. And I'm kind of trying to take that stress off of me a little bit. I was going to try to do 2 or 3 a week and the live. I just think that's too much for me right now. I've got too much going on, maybe in a little bit, but I haven't found my groove yet on editing and how to capture video and all that kind of stuff. So once I find that groove, it'll work. But What's in the Box says, I love the cinematic kind of stuff Tony did so many times with his content. Cinematic AF. Yep. I'm all about that cinematic stuff. It was fun doing that video that I did the other day. What's a good GoPro alternative? Loki the cat says.
Your phone?
Yep. That's what I would say too.
Depending on what phone you have. Yeah. I mean, I love the cinematic stuff. It unfortunately just doesn't get the same views.
For the amount of work, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just straight up most of the time doesn't get as many views. People they come to not just see something look pretty on YouTube, unfortunately. Like, they want information.
Yep. What's in the box says iPhone 14 Pro Max. I just realized all the stuff I'm shooting on is still on this phone, which is an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it's still shooting great video.
The only cool thing about this is the wide angle. Does that have the wide angle?
Yeah.
Then,
mine has the 3 lenses on it.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about this, that's a big thing to me, but everyone that I've talked to says no one really cares, are the lens flares. I hate the lens flares on the iPhone. They drive me crazy. You have to get like strategic about where you're shooting from so you don't get lens flare. But those little orbs, the white dots that you see on they drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They stick out to me, but So someone said
about the competition stuff, or not the competition. What do we have left on the list?
We have racing for me, which isn't that much to talk about. And then the competition giveaway. I don't know how those work, but so for me, racing wise, I've got a race coming this weekend. I'm gonna try. So we're renting again. We're just gonna rent 2 cars, and I'm gonna try to take candy from all the kids again in podium. I don't care who they are. I'm coming for them. I'm just gonna run them into the ground. I'm gonna put them into the wall, and I'm gonna take that first place spot.
See, that's what you need for a mockumentary. You should do one about like the super competitive old dude racing against like kids.
In sweats. I'll just wear gray sweats
totally
up there.
Into it. Oh my gosh. I just watched the Napoleon Dynamite behind the scenes. And that was some funny stuff. Like the Scots, like, because they knew they were making something so ridiculous,
Yeah.
But Uncle Rico. Sheesh. But yeah, that'd be pretty
funny. What I am going to do though is I have a couple buddies that are racing there, and one of them, he's pretty good, and so I'm going to follow him for the day running stadium truck. And so I'm going to try to sit next to him in the pits and then video that, and then video him racing, see what he does, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it doesn't put too much pressure on him, but kind of make it as something fun to watch. But Caroline goes, lucky. So, but yeah, so
I crashed in the bike. Kind of creepy there that time. Can I try? They made him do that like 4 or 5 times where he like slammed it into that cinder block thing. It didn't look like fun. Do it too. Like you normally have a stunt double.
Yeah.
That's
funny. That's funny.
I think they had a stunt double when it actually jumped. Pedro, but not for anyway.
So
Napoleon Dynamite is on YouTube. There's a behind the scenes of Napoleon Dynamite. It's all on like VHS type, like square tape, 4x3. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
I skimmed around it. I didn't just stay on it forever because it was as slow as the movie.
Yeah.
Slower than the movie, I should say. Yeah.
So let's talk about
race.
It'll be a fun race. I'm excited because last time was our first time, and we both did really well. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I hope my son, if he can get A-main two races in a row, I'm going to be super. I'm pumped that he made it the first time. If he could do it twice, that shows that he's got something that he can do. So I'm like, let's do it. But we'll see what happens. It's definitely a lot of fun. I'm going to talk more about it on this race now that I know what to expect on how the rental procedure goes and how I can just drop it. Maybe I'll make that as a video where I'm like taking my rental car and just throwing it at the table, be like, fix this, pit crew, and walk away. I am a driver.
That's funny. That's a big misconception right there. Those guys race like crazy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, for sure. So
Bob Price, you guys do the drag race thing. You don't race drag race though. You're doing the buggies and
buggies off road. So we're going to be running novice. We're doing 17.5 novice. I think it's what it is. I'm hoping to build a couple I don't know if I'm going to do two buggies or a buggy in a stadium. Still trying to. I'm waiting to hear what's going to happen. I know I got a short course coming soon, so I got to do that. The King and the Wheelman. So I think I showed you my son's race stickers that we got. I don't know if I have any more down here.
You didn't show me the finish. You showed me the design.
Oh. Do I have them here? Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you did show me that. Rusty parts. I love it.
Yeah. So those are his stickers.
You should put that on the rental.
I know. Just drop one. Yeah. So I'll tell him to do that if he wins, especially. So let's talk about these giveaways, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
So do you want me to talk about mine first, since it's not as spectacular as yours?
Sure.
Or do you want me to talk about yours first? I don't want to take away your thunder.
I kind of brought it up last week.
Yeah.
And so, let's talk about that segment, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do. So I kind of have another actual idea for mine too.
Okay. Well, maybe we can.
Happens.
Yeah, let's hash out some ideas, because I don't really know how I'm going to do mine. I got some suggestions from people.
Yeah, I like them.
I don't know how logistical it is, though. Like,
pretty tough.
Okay, so here's the thing. So that U4 truck that I showed last week, I'm going to give it away. And I'm going to give it away probably at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. And all it's going to take to enter, this is where I'm having problems and questions about logistical. I want it to go.
Not set in stone.
It's not set in stone yet. So I want it to go to like a family or a kid that is going to get into driving crawlers. And it's technically, it could be set up for U4 racing, but it's more, I mean, I'm not going to send it. I'm basically going to send it with with this stock Reedy kit, 16 turn with the Reedy 480X ESC.
Yep. Nice.
So it's not going to be super fast, but it's going to be a good crawler. The idea I had was to have people email a picture of something family RC oriented. And just by doing that, it's not a public picture, but just by doing that, it shows that you're, with family, or you don't even have to have kids. It's just kind of family oriented or whatever, it could be with your dad or it could be with whoever. But just by doing that, you'd be entered into the random draw. And then I would random pick on the show, and then we'll get it out to them. So I think that's, so Bob Price says, give it away to a little kid at the race you go to and just use it for video material. See, that's the thing. It's like, I'm torn, because you had mentioned, do you want to hold off until like your 1,000 subscribers celebration? And it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to set an expectation for me giving away things all the time, because that's not, my channel isn't making money, and it would just be all out of my own pocket kind of stuff, which I know it is out of you're doing stuff out of your own pocket too, but I don't have the bandwidth for that yet. So I'm like, let's maybe wait for a little bit, but I don't want to, do a big video about it, or I don't know. And because not everyone's cool with that, right? Like, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should just give it away on the channel?
I like the idea of a family or something getting it somehow.
Yeah. It's so hard at the race because I don't know everyone there. So I don't know if someone's like not deserving of it or someone is, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like if someone gave, like if I went to a raffle, like they have raffles at these races. If I won a car at that raffle, I would just hand it off to a kid, like kid right next to me.
I don't know how to do it. because you could require like them to send you a photo of them, father son out crawling together, or but then you just download one from the internet. How do you, I mean, like
the stock photo,
right? Just like stock photo from Axial Fest of some family driving together, and this is us.
It's like they Photoshop a RC controller instead of a teddy bear.
Yeah, like, dude, LGRC. I'd send a fake photo. Needs to go to someone in the community with a young kid they can't afford another. Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it. But that's where you almost need people to submit somebody else that they would want. Like, is there a way to get people to like nominate somebody that they know of at their local crawler place that you could then work with them to send it to them? Because that would be cool. Like, there's a lot of guys that go out crawling and they know people that might be a good fit for it.
Yeah.
And then you get to be the awesome guy that sends them, you know. So I don't know. That's a possibility.
I like that idea. And maybe they could
people nominate somebody else and kind of just tell a little bit of their story or why they think they're deserving. And then well, I know there's a lot of people that would love to help out somebody that they know or somebody that they've seen that might be in need.
Well, so if I did that though, the hard thing about that is that I just keep it as a random draw.
You could.
You know what I mean? Because it's like,
or you just pick based on what you think is the greatest need, and you thank everybody for submitting.
That's a hard one though. Like if I put it on myself that way, like I don't think I'm going to get hundreds of entries.
Right.
I'll probably get 15 to 20, maybe more. But
it's a pretty sweet rig.
Yeah, but I mean, who's going to hear about it? My Instagram people. If I post to Instagram again, because these people don't know I deleted it from my phone today. I sent Tony a video. It's like, are you sure you want to delete Instagram? Delete. So it's only on my iPad and my computer. But I'm still going to be posting there. I don't know. Let's think about it.
Yeah, but if you guys have a suggestion, it would be awesome to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so the 50th or 50K subscriber one that I've been way delayed on, we moved, which was part of a big thing of it all. And things were crazy. So, and the logistics of it are difficult.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how people run a bunch of these things. It's not in my DNA. Like, I'm not a like organizational type person where I mean, if you looked at my desk, people have seen I'm the scatterbrained creative type that doesn't like calendars. I don't I miss stuff all the time. I forget, but I wanted to try to do it. Plus I know that there's so much division that they bring a lot of times and people hate it and they say they're rigged and they say blah, blah, blah. It just brings a whole lot more headaches than I want to deal with. Or people just use it to grow the channel, and that's not what I want. I'm not trying to grow the channel. I'd rather reward the people that have been around. So we're doing it. In fact, there's a link in the description of all these videos that is active. It does say that it's only for the US. However, I've been thinking about that since I made that form. And so you guys that made it this far are going to be the only ones in the know that if you're not in the US, I don't think I can send an LMT. There's certain places that, like, because I'm trying to order drop ship to save some. Mm-hmm. It's super expensive to ship. The LMT box, you've seen them. They're massive.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've shipped stuff to Australia and other places that are small, and the price is unreal.
Ridiculous, yeah.
So what I would probably end up doing is sending something like this, which is way more easy for me to send. It can probably get it through some of the custom stuff a little bit easier because it doesn't have the same type of price tags. It's actually pretty close, but it's open this just to show. Not taped up or anything. So, but it's one of those. Oh, I had one. My already used one on the desk.
Now you're gonna have an open box special.
Well, I'm not gonna touch it, but
yeah.
One of these awesome FureTech, almost ready to run. It's missing wheels and tires.
That's
I
sick.
would throw in wheels and tires with it because I'll put this inside of a bag probably. That'll ship as well into one of the bigger like padded bags. That way they can still be entered.
Yeah.
Into it.
Whoa, Mick D says it costs $200 to ship my Phoenix to Australia.
Yeah, and I just don't have that kind of cash flow right now, especially after buying any of these. In fact, here's the one. I have to fix this one.
Yeah,
I kind of ran into something.
Awesome.
And I only broke a little knuckle on it.
Yeah,
I just got to get a new plastic knuckle for it. Simple fix.
Yeah,
that thing is awesome though, man.
Yeah,
smoothest, quick, fast little 124th I've driven yet. I love it.
That's cool.
But while it's out, I had to steal the receiver because I thought one of my other trucks was bad. Turned out it was a low battery. But in the process, putting this one on, I ended up busting off one of the little circuit things.
Yeah.
So bummer. Another receiver.
Bummer.
But anyway.
So what do you do to enter?
So to enter, you just go to the link below. You have to fill in all the information except for the subscribe to newsletter. Like I'm trying to make it easy on me. So that's the other thing. Like if I have it be like based on comments in here and then we randomize the comments.
Yeah.
Sucky. Then I got to find the person. You don't have to be present when we draw it.
Yeah.
We're going to do the drawing next week on live.
Okay.
We'll randomize it. I'll just spit out a spreadsheet from this software I have that's taking all this information.
Yeah.
It'll put them into a list. We'll do a randomized number on a number picker thing. And then that'll be the winner.
Nice.
So,
nice.
I even am letting people choose if they want Son of a Digger, Grave Digger, King Sling, or Bog Hog.
Ooh.
I changed it up. I was only going to just do now that will change if they're not in stock. We'll have to go with stock and all that.
And that's sweet.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
Farm Boys is saying he's not 18.
They can't get them in Canada anyway. Like they're not able to be sold and all this other stuff there.
Really?
Yeah, there was some whole issue with Canada.
Like contraband, huh?
Well, and so somebody just ordered baby hippo axles to go to Canada. You know how much shipping was on those? $40.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To ship a little thing with a.
I shipped a what's it called? A tube, like a banner tube, to Canada, and it was like $80 to ship to Outlaws of Motorsports.
And because of it being a competition and like a poll thing, you have to be 18 or whatever to enter. So you got to get your parents to do it or whatever. Like you can win it, just have your parent sign up for it.
Mick D says, "I'll pay the shipping." Wink, wink. So I think he's down in Australia. If he wins.
Yeah, but then I have to have it shipped here, and then I have to ship it again
to Australia. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping for that to be able to just, and then I'm hoping I haven't actually talked to FureTech yet, or anything else that would be maybe an international. I could actually pay them because they ship here all the time. They ship international from FureTech's site.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can just work with them to ship direct from their supply at FureTech.
That'd be cool.
If somebody wins,
that'd be awesome.
So if they're international,
yeah.
So
cross your fingers.
Yeah.
On your end. Yeah. You're like, please let it be someone in Michigan. I'll personally drive it to you. North of American border, they deliver it with snowshoes. I know. That's what I thought too. I was like, is that on Sled Dog or what?
Import duties on it on certain things. Like they weren't going to drop off this printer. My last one, I didn't have that happen.
Yeah.
Unless I paid some import duties on it. So.
Yeah, it was crazy. I sent something to Canada RC, and it was like, I think I spent $60 to ship it, and then he said it was $100 Canadian to get it out of customs. And I was like, what? That is like, are you having to pay the federales at that point? Like that's brutal.
It's nuts. And it's not every package. So even when I order some of the stuff from China, one time my Mighty Handy Tools got hit with like a $300 tax on it or something dumb.
Yeah.
But the first time they came in, no problem. That was a bigger order because the first one sold out way too fast. So yeah.
Fishbuilt says, thank you, Fishbuilt, by the way. It says, just want to say thank you guys for all the amazing videos and RC support. Wish you both an amazing new year. Thanks a lot, Fishbuilt. That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it. LGRC says he needs thongs and sunscreen.
It's warm there. Yeah. I have to comment on something he said earlier with the I totally fake a picture or download a picture and send it in. I've been in chats and all that too. Like, so people have been asking me to sell like the file to print off that the send bumper thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I've already seen people offer to send each other the night custom ones that aren't supposed to be for multi-use. Like, it's for you to use. You bought it, but not to like gift your friends it or whatever. Like, so they don't have to buy it because you did. Like, that doesn't help him as a businessman. All that does is hurt us because he stops making stuff. Then none of us get his great design work. So especially because his price is pretty reasonable on those files. So
dude, they're super reasonable. I think I mean, he is designing stuff that's for mass production, you know, the Night Runner, the Element or whatever. But yeah, I think it's what, $40 for the whole kit or something like that. It's probably less than that. I don't know, but
I know for my Honcho wasn't that much on whatever it is for the parts. But yeah. Anyway.
I think that's great. I think that's awesome. I hope people I'll do a post on Instagram, on my Instagram. I'll somehow I'll send smoke signals to it or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on my phone anymore with like
go. Well, I don't care if there's not a ton of entries either.
Sure.
Because it's like, you know, I like it being the people that have been here, you know, so I don't need to cast it too wide.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing too. Like, I'm not even going to go posting everywhere and give away this. I'll do a video on YouTube, maybe on Instagram because we hit 50,000 there too. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Good work.
Maybe it's a dual 50,000. But
there you go.
Money's definitely tighter. I wish I'd have done it when I first hit 50K because I had a lot more income streams at that point.
Sure.
Is what it is. And I said I was going to do it, and I want to keep my word on it.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Do it. Now's the time before we find out how much I have to find other work or if I can kind of make this work.
Yeah.
So.
Right on. Well, I'm thinking more about my giveaway thing. And I think I don't know how to do this, man, because I want it to be open for local people. I was going to take it to the track this weekend and just have it on a table or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know how to make it like, should it, I mean, how do I ensure that it goes to that type of end user? Or do I not even care about it and just give it away? My intent is for it to grow the RC hobby, family friendly.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I can really dial that in without like people doing what you're saying. Taking
advantage of it.
Yeah.
You're never going to know for sure.
Sure.
Unless you're at an event and you hand it to a kid. Like if you went to a big crawling meetup or something and did something with it there where the kids were entered for it or whatever. But
yeah, see, there's a lot of kids that are at the races, but I don't know. That's the
You'd
problem.
Have to end up at like well, what is it? It's an element, so you'd have to end up at like a Pro Line by the Fire.
Well, I mean, the race that I'm at is sponsored by Associated.
Okay.
So it's no big deal for me to give it away there. It's just a matter of like maybe have people call in and donate to their local RC shop. See, I don't want to take people's money. I just want to give it to them. You know what I mean? Like donations are nice, but I do that later in the year. Like, and I'll do that when I do another 30 miles in 30 days I'll probably do that St. Jude thing again this year. I like doing that one. So, but yeah, I just want to figure out a way to like get it in the right people's hands. But I think that's the thing. I think maybe just XJ saying write in. More people to talk about it, more bad actors. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the picture thing too, like honestly, I probably wouldn't send a picture of me and my kid crawling to anyone.
Even if you knew, if they're following you on YouTube and they know you're reputable for it, I mean, people do that kind of stuff all the time. One of the things you have to sign off is an agreement. Well, because people use it to also show who won it, like later if they wanted the photo.
Right.
I don't want to do any of that with this. And that's why I'm not even saying you have to subscribe to any of my channels. Like for this giveaway, it's just like,
yeah, that wasn't
subscribe. Like if you didn't know I had a website, you want to subscribe for like news. And usually if there's a new product, I'll send out a little email or whatever. Or if there's a sale, I might send out an email, but I don't spam people. I think I've sent out 3 emails in the year, something like that, this whole year.
Yeah.
So it's not a bunch.
Yeah.
That I've personally sent. Now the site will automatically.
Oh yeah, I remember that the first time it was like,
hey, you left something in your cart.
Yeah, there's like, hey, you left something in the CCXRC cart. I was like, wow, Tony, I get it. Okay.
So I have to remember that when I say that I'm not going to spam you. The site itself may be smarter than I am about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like going after people, because that's not my thing. I'm not a salesman. I hate sales. I hate buying like cars. I hate selling stuff to people because I'm not a salesman. So that's why I end up with all of them still, because
okay, so I don't know who just said if it was Ghost or
Brian Kushner.
Oh, and it says, I can see this whole giveaway is stressing you, Tony. Just go ahead and send it though. Breathe easy. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I like your idea about recommending someone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say they can DM me or email me, and we'll put the email down at the bottom. And I have a question about that to you, because I don't know how does YouTube handle your email link? Because I put email on my thing, but I was talking to a guy. And
nobody sees it. They can send you a message, but it doesn't let people. So I use the about one.
Yeah. I thought that's what I had on mine too, but someone was saying they couldn't find it.
And you have to go to the person's channel.
Right. And then
then you go to about, and then you say.
Mine doesn't show up on it when I go to my about.
For business inquiries. Well, you got to go to somebody else's. All right. So let me do yours. Why was I going to mine?
Okay, go to mine so you can see if it does that. But that's what I'm going to do. Send me a message on YouTube and suggest someone that you know that doesn't have the means to get into RC crawling, or has a family that wants to get that maybe their kids would benefit from RC crawling.
Yeah, it totally shows your email.
Does it?
So it says for business inquiries view.
Okay.
Email, and then you have to hit I'm not a robot.
Okay.
Submit, and then it shows your email.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
go to their about page, and then go to the details. It says for business inquiries.
Yeah.
This is a business inquiry.
Yep. And I'm going to cap this as just being shipped in the lower 48. It's a used truck. I don't want to deal with trying to get it through customs or anything like that. And for a used truck. So sorry about it, guys. I can't ship it across the pond. I'd love to, but that's too. I don't know if I would say it's not worth it because it's a used truck, but that's a lot of money to ship a used truck across the water.
Right.
But if you know someone that's in the States and you want to maybe do a friend or whatever, what about RC Amigo father and son truck in conjunction with 11 Charlie?
They do a lot of new stuff now, though. Like most of those builds are pretty new.
The 11 Charlie stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've built, I plan on probably doing an 11 Charlie one later this year. I built one for them last year, so this year I'll probably do another one, but
it won't be as good as your Lazarus. Otherwise, you'd sell that to me, knowing that you have the ability to build one that's as good or better. He's all washed up, people, so it'll be just under the awesomeness of Lazarus.
It was funny. Andre was giving me a hard time. He was like, "So I've never seen the Lazarus and the Frankenwagon side by side." He's like, "Is it really two trucks, or is it just one truck switched back and forth?" I was like, "No, there's two trucks." So, yes. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the description. Email me at the About page. Someone you think that needs to get it, or someone that's a family that could benefit from having another crawler for their kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
And the other one is live starting. Well, I did it probably this morning, but the link is now live, and there's quite a few people signing it. I just told it to mute it for now for today.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to keep mute that app, but I normally like it because it tells me when I get an order.
Yeah.
Because even though I say that it's like not my thing, it's not my priority, the whole store thing. I've always made it a priority if I'm here. Like I just get it done. Like stop and package it and have it ready for tomorrow. Or usually if an order comes in before noon, I don't go to the post office till lunch. And then if it comes in and even in the morning, I'll usually get it out that same day.
Yeah.
So
I know you're crazy good about that. I'm terrible about shipping stuff.
Once you have it set up, dude, like my setup is now like everything here, all my packing stuff here, a label maker. It all goes from my site into Shippo, and it takes care of it. That's why I wanted all the addresses pre-done. I will enter it into Shippo.
Yep.
And I'll go through the whole process I do for the store, and it's just like knock it out.
Yep.
But yeah, I hated it. But now that everything's already pre-labeled for weights and all that, it's so easy for me. But yeah.
That's nicely said, Ghost. He says, "I love this community. It gives me faith in humanity and how we help each other and take care of each other."
Yeah.
Very nicely said. What's in the box says. So yeah, man.
That's what we try to promote, especially within this hobby. And we know that you got to be careful because not everybody in this hobby is for that. I would say 95%. There were times I would have said 99%.
Yeah.
Kind of more about the 95%. And that may even be generous. But there's a good number of people who mean well in the hobby. So
that for
the right reason.
That was my concern, is that I'm giving away a used truck, and I'm like, it's a used truck. Like I want everyone to know it's a used truck, all that kind of stuff. You're cursing someone to proverb by getting them into RC. Pretty much. Yeah. Sorry. That's what happens. Yeah.
That's actually another topic for the podcast is just because they're small doesn't mean they're cheap.
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of people freak out when they see the price of some of this FearTech stuff. I'm like, you're not buying stock rigs, people. Like,
no, it's totally worth
custom titanium welded.
My neighbor got a SEX24 when they first came out, and he hated it. Right? He was like, "This is lame," and that's before all the FearTech stuff came out. Yeah. And I got one too, and it sat in my desk forever because I was like, meh. And then once I got the FearTech stuff on there, and and now Mofo and you and all these other people have stuff for it, it has just, Little Guy Racing, it's just made those vehicles so much more drivable and so much more fun. I would agree that they're a lot of fun. It's just not 100% my thing. Like,
you know, you got the such awesome beauty around you. We're pretty flat here. Like, 10 scale, I loved it when I had that park to go to in different places in Virginia.
Yeah.
I have not found a spot here yet where I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
There are some trails in Muskegon about an hour away that I'm interested in going to.
Yeah.
On the bluffs to Lake Michigan.
Yep.
So we'll see if we get kicked out of there.
It's
state park and all that, but
I never get kicked out. I'm pretty good about it. Like,
empty.
Well, that and like, you know, people are more intrigued than anything else, and especially if you're walking behind it. If you've got a family, it's even more so. Like, you know, if me and my kid are out there wheeling behind it,
and you're not being destructive with them.
No, and like
see, maybe with some of the bachelors wanting to like, not destroy stuff, but
well, and the other thing is like when there's dogs on the trail, my kid and I, we pull off to the side and we stop and we let the dogs go, and then the dogs get past and we keep on going. Like,
so if the dog's here running, you don't know if it's a attack it and kill it dog or my brother's dog's an attack it and kill it dog.
Oh wow, that's funny.
My cats are like every time I fire up the little ones down here. Like he's just down here. He wasn't. I don't know where he was, but he heard that little motor hum.
Yeah,
he's down here watching. But
you got to teach him how to drive. He'd love it.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap this up. People know now. We waited to the end, of course. You might stick around to find out how to enter.
Yep.
But so it's for an LMT for the initial one.
Yep.
And then with Pablo's, it's that awesome
U4 crawler.
U4 crawler.
Yeah, basically a ecto base crawler.
Yeah,
with a cage.
With a wicked cage wrap. Yeah. Looks awesome.
It's pretty cool. So
yeah.
Just in the email, just suggest who you think would be deserving of it. Someone that maybe needs help with getting into RC, or maybe someone with kids.
Yeah,
that's it. And then it'll be a random draw. Cool.
Yep. All right.
Anything else?
Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year. Stay safe. All that kind of stuff.
We won't be staying classy.
But I will be shooting you in the junk with a BB gun. Just got to do it.
See you guys.
Later. Hit the button.